Hi everyone, Jess here, and today I'm joined with Güliz Öztürk, CEO of Pegasus Airlines. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Of course. So we've heard a lot about sustainability today. As the industry turns to sustainable aviation fuel, how should it work as an ecosystem to approach issues around supply so that we can hit those sustainability targets?
Yes, we have, during the morning session, we have extensively and comprehensively discussed about the sustainability issue. And that was the number one, number two, number three agenda item, I think, during the early session of the conference. Like I said also during the panel, and the other attendees mentioned, Willie Walsh explained well in detail. Now this sustainability issue is at the agenda of the airlines. So airlines are really behaving very responsibly. We have a roadmap. IATA started an initiative by having the pledge of net zero emission by 2050. And we were one of the first airlines to sign it, and most of the airlines are following it. We all know that this is possible. Yes, we want to achieve this, but this is possible with sustainable aviation fuel. So here the issue is the production of it. That's why also in the session which we have mentioned, we see it achievable provided that the ecosystem, as we have mentioned, all the stakeholders will act together in collaboration. There will be certain incentives for the production of SAF so that with the use of SAF, yes, we can achieve net zero. Here, the enabler will be SAF because a new technology for aircraft, for engines will take some time. And think about all the fleet changes, the transformation. So SAF production should be the priority for the countries. We have to take the governments, the producers, the NGOs to work together to achieve our targets.
And do you think the industry will sort of naturally incentivize itself, or do you think it's going to take, as you mentioned, involvement from governments and other organizations?
Yeah, it needs involvement because for the producers to produce that amount of SAF needs a planning, and there should be economics behind it. It cannot be only the airlines having all those, because if it is expensive, then the airline travel will be expensive. So there should be an economics also behind it. That's why I say the ecosystem, all the stakeholders should work hand in hand in collaboration.
So it doesn't end up with just the passenger footing the bill for this transition.
Exactly.
That's great to hear. And shifting focus slightly, could you tell me a bit about your Harmony initiative? How does this go about turning DEI targets into tangible change?
Yeah, Harmony is an initiative which I'm really very keen on within the company to promote. We have started this initiative as of this year. Normally Pegasus has always been actively promoting diversity, equality and inclusion. So it was never an issue at Pegasus corporate life. It was always a key priority. But what we had done with the Harmony initiative, we have taken all those initiatives under one umbrella and we named it as Harmony. So now what we're doing is we are putting certain targets to ourselves in terms of recruitment, in terms of training, in terms of career planning to provide equal opportunities, especially on the gender level. And we assess the progress under this initiative. So we have awareness programs within the company. This is well received also at by the Pegasus family, and what we need here is also not only the woman but also the men, the male colleagues who are also working for Pegasus to be within this, willingly working for this initiative, and we see that also within the company. So it's really very exciting to follow the progress. Right now, for example, at the head office level, the female participation is around 46%. So it's a kind of a balance. We're always talking about balance, by the way. And always I'm talking about equal opportunities. Other than that, of course, right person to the right job. That's for sure. It cannot be a male or a female to be decided beforehand. And however, there are some units like the pilots or the technicians. These are very much gender associated roles and male dominated. And as we go to the management level, this female participation ratio is going down. So we're trying to balance that, and we want to achieve a kind of a balance also on those units or at the managerial level. It's a journey. It cannot be achieved in a short time, but I think it's very valuable to talk about this within the company and to be aware that gender diversity brings more productivity, more creativity into our business life and into our personal lives.
Like you said, it's not going to happen overnight, especially when there are these apparently gendered roles, or people perceive them as gendered roles. So it'll be, I think, your mixture of information with measurement will be a really effective way of combating this, and it sounds like you're already seeing results, so it's great to
Exactly,
hear about
yes,
that.
we have seen the results, because as long as you change your mindset and see the roles gender free, because you are getting the awareness that although you yourself is for gender equality, sometimes you see and become aware that some roles you also bring as a woman, for example, a gender association.
Yeah.
So this kind of initiatives makes you free of those and makes you aware of those.
Absolutely, it's great to see the work you've been doing in this area. And we're obviously a technology event. We've heard a lot about AI and machine learning. How do you see tech having an impact on the airline industry before the end of the decade?
Well, I think the aviation business is a big pile of planning and optimization in all aspects. So the technology, not only in the products vis-a-vis the guest experience, it is bringing efficiency to the airline in terms of operational processes, in terms of business processes, in all planning activities you have within the company. But for that, you need to have a data-driven environment within the company, and it is then for the data-driven environment to live within the company, digitalization is the enabler. So I think airline business will definitely benefit a lot from this AI and machine learning. We as Pegasus, for example, in different aspects, we use AI and ML, like personalized marketing campaigns, revenue management and pricing, and like 7-8 years ago, we started using AI on our onboard catering optimization. We're now working on predictive maintenance. So there are lots of areas within the airline sector to use AI. Now the generative AI is coming. So we are also very excited to see how we can integrate it into our business processes. Airline business is an efficiency business, so I'm sure we will benefit from that.
Absolutely, and it seems like there's almost an infinite number of applications of this technology even today, so I can only imagine how this will continue to progress.
Exactly, and we're trying to create use cases, because technology for the sake of technology doesn't work. Airline business is already a very costly business, so you have to create the right use cases and bring the technology in, and then you will get the results.
And looking forward to next year, 2024, what will be your strategic priorities for the airline?
The first strategic priority is to level up the technological investment within the company. So we will have some specific initiatives on that area, and to have more AI and machine learning, and also to monitor and bring more technological developments into our business. This will be the strategic priority for me for next year. And of course, our main hub, Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen Airport, is expanding now. A second runway will be open by latest next month. So it's a growth opportunity for us. So the growth, especially on the international network, will be another priority, of course, for me and the company.
Well, I look forward to seeing how these all pan out, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.